Some major drama has been going down between the ladies of the infamous Not Safe for Work podcast, Call Her Daddy, and things have escalated so far that the former best friends, roommates, and host of the podcast aren't even on speaking terms. So what exactly went wrong? I hope you're thirsty because the tea is about to be served. What's up, y'all? It's Emile Ennis Jr. here with Clevver News, and buckle up because whether you're part of the daddy gang or you're just intrigued by the title of this video, it's about to be a real bumpy ride. So seriously, who is this daddy we're speaking of, and what is going on to cause these massive daddy issues? For starters, the Barstool Sports-owned Call Her Daddy podcast is run by two mid-20s hosts, Alex Cooper and Sofia Franklyn, who discuss their past sexcapades, one-night stands, sex, sugar daddies, and more sex while navigating life in crappy New York apartments on a strict diet of vodka sodas and frozen pizza. Basically, what I'm getting at is, maybe don't opt for a secrets to a successful 69 sesh from the fathers while on a road trip with your parents. Anyway, Alex and Sofia started recording the podcast back in 2018 after they met during a vacation at the South by Southwest Festival in Austin while talking candidly about sex at a bar. That private sex talk turned into a live audience in the heart of Texas after Alex revealed people came up to us and said, "You need a show because I would listen to this every day." Hence, Call Her Daddy was born. The girls got back to New York and started recording the podcast together, and about a month later, Barstool Sports bought the podcast and hired them as employees. Fast forward 2 years later, and the show has garnered a thriving revenue, sponsorships, and millions of followers who call themselves the hashtag Daddy Gang. The DG has listened, laughed along, and heavily related to the fathers, which is the name given to the host by their fans. But this is when things began to hit the fan. Over the past month or so, many fans began to notice that there was no new episode released during the week of April 15th. And let me tell you, the fathers never missed an episode. So maybe it was because of the current standing of the world, or maybe the girls were on a much needed social distancing vacation. But then every week following April 15th, not a single episode was recorded. The official Call Her Daddy Instagram page began posting cryptic posts like this one that read, "No new episode this week. Finally, the trail will be revealed." Naturally, fans began to worry about their fathers, but this is where things get interesting, so stick with me. Another cryptic post was shared on the week of May 17th that read, "We are always 100% transparent with the daddy gang, but legally we can't speak out yet. What we will say is, we will never leave you, daddy gang. The minute we can speak, we will. Hashtag free the fathers." What began to unfold throughout the weeks was major contract debacles and negotiations between the host and Barstool Sports founder David Portnoy. Last Sunday, fans noticed that the first episode in over a month was added to streaming platforms called Daddy Speaks, where David went into detail about the company's attempt to work with the girls after they demanded contract negotiations. He also revealed that he knew that Alex and Sofia had been wanting to cut ties with Barstool and had been shopping the brand around to other companies, wanting to get more money for it after being hit up for major book and television deals. However, if they were to leave, Barstool would sue them for breach of contract. In their current contract, which was leaked online, both Alex and Sofia each make $75,000 annually as a base salary, going up to $100,000 after 3 years, with an additional $2,500 an episode for every 10% of listeners that they can pull in above their average. A rep for Barstool revealed that in the case of Call Her Daddy, quote, "We took a risk on unproven talent and put the full resources of Barstool Sports and our $1 million marketing machine behind them to make them huge." However, the rep also revealed that they've been given significant raises since their start. During the Daddy Speaks episode, despite what he claimed to be unprofessional, disloyal, and greedy behavior on Alex and Sofia's part, David revealed that he ended up offering the girls an awesome deal consisting of a $500,000 annual salary, plus bonuses and 6 months off of their initial 3-year contract.
And then I do that awesome deal on my roof deck, and then Alex comes to her senses like, wait a minute, we can't bail on this. It's such a good deal. They're giving us more than what we want. They're giving us everything we could dream of. Sophia won't do it because Superman was definitely involved in my mind. I don't have proof, but you know it.
Sounds like a no-brainer, right? Apparently, somewhere in the mix of all of this, a source then told the New York Post that Alex and Sofia are no longer on speaking terms, saying they've completely turned on each other and started arguing over who was the real talent and who did more of the heavy lifting for the podcast. Allegedly, after more negotiation, Alex was the one who decided to give in and agree to David's deal, while Sofia declined, with the help of her boyfriend Peter Nelson, aka Suitman, who also happens to be the executive VP of HBO Sports. sports. Side note, Suitman is the name given to Peter by Sofia on the show before they started dating, most likely because he's all businessy and wears a lot of suits. So now we have Suitman, who according to David attempted to help Alex and Sofia shop around before all the drama came to light. But earlier this week, after it was revealed that Alex was willing to take the deal, Sofia was the first to issue a statement via social media, and although she did admit to shopping the brand around, she also revealed more to the story in her words.
I found out that Alex had gone behind my back and done something. And I found out it wasn't the first time. And that's why we're here.
In the video, Sofia also added that despite all the drama, her friendship with Alex won't just change overnight, and she's still willing to do the show, but that she couldn't do it under Alex's stipulations.
I just can't do it under the circumstances that she wants. I can't do it while she's demanding that she controls the show. I don't want to be like her employee. We are partners.
Although Alex has yet to speak out or address Sofia's allegations, this has also caused a rift within the Daddy Gang, who have been taking one of three sides: Alex's side, Sofia's side, and Barstool's side. Fans of Alex began dragging Sofia and Suitman, like this user who wrote, "Sofia waking up this morning realizing she let Suitman ruin her name and her entire future with a gif of Joe Exotic saying, 'I am never going to financially recover from this.'" Users who were siding with Barstool said, $500,000 base salary and you didn't even have to work a 9 to 5? All you had to do was record a podcast once a week? Others are coming for Suitman and can't believe a podcast that praises women for female empowerment would let a man come between a friendship and millions of dollars. One user wrote, "I'm so confused as to why Sofia would let her boyfriend call her daddy. Like, are you serious? After all this preaching on how to play men, you let a man play you big time. Big sad right now." Hosts of the popular podcast The Morning Toast, Claudia and Jackie, are taking Sofia's side, saying that it's really convenient to make Suitman the villain of this whole thing.
And part of the reason why I'm really more taking the side of Sofia is because I feel like the way that they're going after a private citizen, a man with a job who is just like trying to do right by his girlfriend, like I feel like that's really unfair. And now I'm just feeling like I want to fight for what I perceive to be the underdog, which is Suitman.
The news between Call Her Daddy, Dave Portnoy, and Suitman has become so explosive that memes have been created and official accounts like the Looney Tunes have gotten in on the fun. Just yesterday, another tongue-in-cheek note was posted to the Call Her Daddy account from Team Portnoy, begging the question, have we taken the memes and the cruel jokes surrounding the podcast too far? It read, "In between filming a steamy commercial, being retweeted by President Trump, and discussing a presidential run with Elon Musk, the 2024 hopeful held a conference call with his team to discuss if this relentless barrage of memes was too much. We decided, however, that it would be a disservice to the world to not keep these memes coming. Who are we to stifle such genius and creativity? Call Her Daddy and Suitman started this war. We will end it." The post continues to say that the tea will continue to be spilt and the memes will continue to be fired. Regardless, this is outstanding publicity for the podcast, so it's kinda a win-win if all parties are able to reach a settlement. As we wait for yet another response from either of the fathers, you can click right over here for even more hot Hollywood tea. But before you go, I want to hear your thoughts on the daddy drama. Are you Team Alex, Team Sofia and Suitman, or Team Barstool? Be sure to spill all your thoughts down here in the comments. I'll be reading them. I'm your host, Emile Ennis Jr, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.